I just wanted to make a quick video tonight to show you the user interfaces for the latest, for the 1800 series of AEG Telefunken, whoever there came on after that, machines. All the ones I have here are AEG, which meant they were, anyway, built back in the, mostly in the 80s, I think in the 90s a little bit, but not much. Anyway, this here is the interface for E1800, and that is the shortwave receiver, followed on the 1700, which I think I made a previous video on about the different Telefunkens. These are all AEG branded, and they have direct entry here. I mean, I'm not going to go through all the controls, but you do, this is how you change the bandwidth, and that goes down to 100 here. So there you go. You have the volume, you have I think there's a gain knob, and you have the VFO, which only works in CW. If we wanted to do something like a single sideband, you just notice that it goes as a +3, that's upper sideband. Got a lower 3, that's negative, that's lower sideband. So, and of course it has a number of different, CW, and the CW, it does go down to 1. See there, it's still in its band independent, so you can go right all through all of them with CW. So if you get back to here, 10 is the roofing filter, so that's the widest on any of these. It's all built the same way. To turn the speaker on and off, right there, you can actually plug it in here and have it as an external, and then that'll toggle between the two. Going back up here to the AEG 1800/3, which was one of the last analog mechanical filters and the whole deal, before they went to DSP, which I'll show you in a second. This one was built a little bit later, obviously, a couple of iterations. The /2 and the /3, if you see them, they're basically the same machine, but the 3, they have different faces on them. The big difference between that and the regular one down at 1800 is that they have it's a digital AGC, automatic gain control. So that's a little more accurate and has a little more punch. So that was the big upgrade for that, and it's a great machine. I'll tell you that. Once again, the layout's the same pretty much. You still have how you select your filters, same filters. You have the rates of how you do it. You have the AGC, and you can go fast, slow, or turn it off altogether. All right. You have the sound level. You have the AEG or master gain control, which is, yeah, and then the BFO just like in the other one. With this one though, it's interesting. You actually have to turn it off. You do it with standby button, and it stays like that. And turn it on. You turn it the same way. In the 1800, you have a toggle switch, which toggles down and then toggles back on to turn it on and off. So that is kind of an interesting difference. Following on the 1800/3, there was a requirement for a cheaper version because these machines were like way expensive. One of the most expensive radios ever made. But when they came out, the kind of junior brother of this, contemporary with the 3, it's a E1800/2, as you can see there in the shadow of the AF level. You notice there's fewer controls on this. There's also, if you look at the bandwidths, you don't have 1. And even in this, even in CW, it only goes down to 0.3. So anyway, and you have fewer modes than you would up here, which have some of the digital modes as well. So they cut some costs. They cut a cost particularly on the construction. If you look at most of these, the 1800 series, you see they're a series of bricks that basically are shielded cards that slide into the front part of the radio, and that's where the brains of the thing are. This one is built with boards that are laid flat in there. It's much more, well, you can just tell there's not as much in there. It's not as capable, particularly when it comes to digital modes. It's just not designed for that. It's designed for voice. So there, and it sounds pretty good. Same speakers in on all of them. Yeah, so anyway, so that's that. You have your tests over here, but you don't have all the scan functions, memory scans and all that kind of stuff like you would have, like you had here. They took all that out of this one as to make it cheaper and more affordable. Cheaper is a relative thing, I'm sure. I'm sure it was still way expensive in the day. But anyway, so that's that. The last one they made in this series was the 1800A, which I've made some videos on before. This one pretty much has the same layout as the 1800. I mean, which is kind of interesting. The 18/3 had a different power, like I say, that had the button to push here. There are a few more options here. Great good thing about this is a DSP machine, so there's more functionality built into it. And if you wanted to change modes, you go here versus just hitting a button like you would in the other ones. And if you want to change your bandwidth, you do that. And see, there are a number of different, way different. Of course, the lower one is 10.1, but yeah, it has a lot more fine increments in there that help you to try to, so you can actually see what's going on and control your signal so you can get better copy. I do like the different tuning aids here and the AF and RF meter here. It's kind of like an S meter, if you want to call it that, in the digital world. But this actually has an additional, so you can actually center the frequency a little bit better. Anyway, so that's not doing it right now. We're on frequency, so don't have to go a lot further off, I guess, than there. So I'd have to do fast and see how it goes off then, and then I have to center it again, and there it's tuned roughly. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm not going to fiddle with that too much. This one is a card, has cards in it. This one has cards in it. This one has cards in it, and this one has, the 800 has just basically flat line, laid out cards built. They're boards, computer boards that are basically attached to the metal frame and grounded. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, this is not something that's not a full-length video, but it's a little kind of a short, kind of like a tour of the AEG 1800 series, or the 800 sprout off, the junior brother of that. Not often you can be able to see them all in one place. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions or any requests for future videos. Please put in comments, and I'll see what I can do for you. Anyway, have a great one. Bye.